No matter who you are, what you do in life, what you want to achieve, if you are not totally passionate about it, I don't think you can be successful. Legacy is a big word of how have you made a difference. And I'm proud of the fact that, in an industry that I really have worked now for 40 years, I think I can say I have created a difference. And maybe there's a legacy there that we can continue, but it's not finished. I mean, I didn't come out of a business environment. Grew up in Belgium, went of course to school in Belgium, went to college, and after college had an opportunity to join Beaulieu. The flooring industry and the tufting industry was exploding. I interviewed with the guy and he made me wait for about 2 hours. And the first thing he asked is, Piet, how many languages do you speak? I said, well, Mr. De Winter, I speak Flemish, Dutch, and French, and English, and I have a good connotation of German. Okay, you hired. Take that broom and start sweeping. Okay, and that's how I started.
He was working with Thomas, who is my brother, in England, and I was still in Belgium. So every other weekend or every 3 weekends they came home. That's how we started meeting, and then in the weekends we went out, and the rest is history.
It kind of snowballed to the point whereby in 1985, 2.5, 3 years after I started, the managing director at that time left because he wanted to do something else in Belgium. And at that time, Roger de Klerk, he said, Piet, I want you to be in charge of this company. I want you to be the managing director of this company. Till 1989, when the question came out of the United States, we want you to come over because we're growing here and we need more management, we need people. You put everything in a 20-foot container, and here we are, Dalton, Georgia.
I believe I was right around 3-4 years old, but I do remember some vivid moments when we came to the United States.
Your dad's your hero, right? So we always wanted to be around him as much as possible. We remember on Saturdays my dad would take us to the office with him so he could work, and we would just run around the warehouses, we'd run around the offices. It was always exciting.
Ten years with Beaulieu of America helped to grow the company into a $2 billion powerhouse. I've always loved the United States, but if you come to the States and if you want to live the American dream, there's only one way, is do it yourself. And I took the step in basically 2001 and started US Floors.
We had just come home from school, and my mom and dad sat us down at dinner and said, hey, so, Dad's leaving Beaulieu. And I remember for me, that was like, wait, what? Beaulieu was kind of ingrained in our system. So when that announcement from my parents came out, it was a bit of a kind of a shock.
Things were not straight up, believe you me. It was up and down and all kind of issues. But I did believe that we had something that maybe the others didn't have.
I heard my mom crying. I guess my dad had brought news of how tough the current situation was in trying to build this business. I remember my dad said, look, we're going to do whatever it takes.
It was not easy to start up this business with four kids, kind of being by ourselves. He never gave up. I always stood behind him. He was so driven and passionate. He just wanted it to work, and I guess all together we believed in it, and we just did it.
We understood, from an early age what it takes to kind of reach that next level and lead teams and lead a company. We always saw him, working hard. He worked on Saturdays if he needed to. He was traveling a lot.
In the beginning, you don't start with saying, I want to build something bigger. You start with saying, I want to build something. I believe that there was an opportunity to do something on the hard surface side that others were not able to do. We had seen a layer of LVT being applied to MDF. When we looked at that, we said, that's the wrong sandwich. You have a waterproof top layer with a core board that, if it's exposed to water, will swell. It doesn't work. In this one factory, we saw a 4x8 sheet extruded PVC. I said, whoa, what's this? Well, we use this for kitchen cabinets, we use this for advertising boards, billboards, we use it for all kind of things. It clicked, and eventually we ended up with wood plastic composites, WPC. It had the density, it had the stability, it had the thickness, and it had the waterproof story. And we said, that's it. Now all we need to do is put the LVT on top of it. Cortec was born.
My dad asked me, you should move to China.
We needed somebody over there in China overseeing our operations.
And so 8 suitcases later, we're leaving the airport in Shanghai to the Holiday Inn Express, and we were like, what are we doing? We felt like ghosts on a sidewalk. I'll tell you, the first 4 months were tough.
I thought, oh my God, what are we doing? What are we asking?
But we figured it out. The product was 95% ready. We still had some things to figure out.
It was very exciting, but there was a lot of pressure.
We need 10 containers of product, which was more than we'd ever ordered in one sitting. And not even 4 hours later, we need 40 containers. 4 days later, forget the 40, we need 80. And this happened month after month after month after month. We were doing right around 19,000 containers a year.
Within no time, we had grown the company and increased our top line with $300 million. And I could see that growth was stretching us out. You have to be aware of what you can and what you can't do. Aligning yourself with one of the bigger players in the industry at that time was the decision that I think was the best for the company.
A commitment of 2 years turned into almost 6 years. We left China with a 40-foot container, a dog, and a baby boy. The spark really initiated when we started looking at the marketplace. We had just come out of COVID. There was chaos in the market. There was no integrity in the market. We said, well, why don't we look at recreating a company that brings integrity back to the go-to market strategy, and then do it with product that we are known for.
It was the right moment. The stars were aligning. We talked to my dad about it. We've got all the relationships still in the industry, not only on the retailer side and the customer side, but also on the supplier side, which is huge.
Bring back top quality product that has the right price points, and we won't sell it to everybody. We'll create a brand that you, Mr. and Mrs. Retailer, can stand behind, and we're going to support you 100%.
Find the partnerships we want to grow and then thrive with. We're continuing that legacy that my father built, and he can kind of pass the baton down to us. And so far, it's worked really well.
IFC is not a startup. IFC is a continuation of what we have created in the past. We bought this building in 2008. We built a business here. We built a dream here.
We've created incredible memories here. So it does have a level of comfort. Comfort in the fact that something incredible was built here and something incredible will be built here.
And it's just a beauty that, a generation later, we can do it all over again.
We are all involved.
When it's all said and done, family is one of the most important things.
Kind of a foundation of us as a family and, now as a company to bring people together and really build a personal relationship.
We want to share memories together, and we want to create memories together. Let's work hard, but let's make it fun. So if you have one of the most important things working hand in hand to solve and create change and build something, it can be pretty unstoppable.
Very proud of what they're trying to achieve. I have no doubt they will be successful.
We promise to continue doing what we've always done.
Innovating waterproof floors.
Crafting new approaches to sustainability.
And reimagining the experience of designing a home.
We're walking on a legacy into new possibilities.
Celebrating what lies beneath.
And pursuing what lies ahead of us.